or what is love from the fourth way perspective. One idea in the fourth way is that terms such as love, they have different meanings depending on the level of development of the person that is using them, and according to these 7 stages of development, 7 levels of man. So ideas like love or truth or art or justice or friendship or sex, all of this, although in a normal talk we think we understand about it and we all refer to the same thing, in the fourth way it means different things. And so love, coming back to love, for man number 1, for an instinctive moving man, or for such a man, love is connected to attraction, having chemistry, having attraction, having desire, having this I want you, I want you, you are so beautiful, I can't live without you, I must have you. There is this sexual attraction, polarity, infatuation. For another level of person, for man number 2, the emotional man, this will have much more romantic connotation and all of this poetry, romantic poetry, and again infatuation and putting that person on the big pedestal and worshiping them and being devoted to them, but with a lot of emotionality. There's a lot of emotionality and this sense of all of them are, I mean, first 2 that I described, there's a sense of being totally identified with this person, and also this love appears as a state. It's a stimulus response state in connection to enjoying someone's body, or enjoying them, or appreciating their beauty and certain factors of chemistry and attraction. It evokes in the person a certain state that we call love. And then this love for these levels of the unconscious man, it's very transitory, and it will fade away as the attraction will fade away. And then the very thing of love and wonderfulness will change into boredom, will change into the opposite of resentment, of something else. So it's highly unstable and is body-based or emotion-based, but the emotions are lower emotions of man who is not conscious. These emotions can change anytime. I would go, let's say, to there's other level of love for a person who, let's say, is a man number 4, or someone who is a serious practitioner on the path, and his priority and the strongest desire is to be focused on a path of truth or path of awakening, or so this is a product of a lot of inner work. Then love has a different connotation. Could be love for the work, could be love for the truth, could be love for making efforts. This in order to be successful actually on the fourth way path, or any path, to go deep, face our demons or face our unconscious, overcome these mechanical momentums, laziness, selfishness, inner contradictions, and all this state of sleep, one needs to make a lot of effort and payments and sacrifices, and one cannot do those without love, which takes the form of deep interest, deep enthusiasm, deep valuation. I'm So there is, although the fourth way is a more of a strong intellectual component and, as you know, strong theory, it needs love in order to make effort, because love of truth, love of awakening, love of higher being, in order to have enough engine for us to move forward. Now, in terms of personal, for such a man, the type of love will be, of course, there is this, is nothing wrong with having this attraction and chemistry. That's important to have attraction and chemistry when we have a partner. But for man number 4, it is more than that. It is also this friendship in the work. We have a friendship in the work, and you are a close friend on the path. You are a partner on the path. Therefore, there are more levels here, and that's more sustainable, because that element of respect, appreciation for their own efforts, being my partner on the path, that can carry over when attraction dissipates. All right, continuing with love. In the fourth way, it is said that actual love is the real love is when the one awakens to some degree. When there is more self-remembering, and what is called in the fourth way the activation of the higher emotional center, which is connected with self-remembering, being conscious of what we truly are, being conscious of being the being, and more regularly, more frequently, being able to abide as the being. And at that level, then one will have this emotion, which a higher emotion actually. Love is actually a higher emotion that cannot sustain when one is not more awake. So it cannot change, basically. The higher emotion cannot change towards its opposite, and it's not depending on polarity or things like that. Faith, hope, love, trust. But it's a very different flavor than what you see on TV and all of these telenovelas or romantic movies.
Okay, just to be a little bit more in earth, yes, like you say. So the
Be more what?
students with my feet on earth, yes. So because you went really up, really high, I feel, yes. So to speak about if I am a student in the four way, yes, and I say, okay, I begin to recognize my body type, my center of gravity. I am still working with that. Just I want to love. I have this deep like feeling that I wish to love, yes, to love my work, yes. So this inner work, how I can love this inner work more than anything else every day. Yes, it's like I have to prioritize certain things and take out other things just from my life. I think that is a way to begin to love. Yes, a little steps. Yes, little aims.
Yeah, so I appreciate you bringing it to the feet on the earth. I like it how you put it. I will get into it, but even at this level, let's say you are a student on the awakening path, and interpersonally, you can practice this what's called benevolence or goodwill towards all beings. where you have this as a practice, as a practice, as a discipline to cultivate goodwill or benevolence, to want everybody the best, to practice this lovingness, which shows in the form of kindness. You're kind, helpful, considerate, respectful towards all life, including oneself. That is a good practice, because if one were to be really much more conscious, one would feel like that. One that would be naturally aligned, that even if people were assholes, and that there is still some sense of seeing that they are an expression of the divine, and they are confused, they may be dangerous, they may be stopped, they may have to be stopped, but one's emotional center is purified from hatred, from judgments, from resentments. So what I described to you, this practice of loving kindness, as they call in Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, or practicing lovingness and benevolence towards all life, including oneself, it's a good practice with people. And to live like that, which is based on it's based on a truth that everybody is our family here. We are all a big family, the human family, and everybody is our brothers and sisters. And everybody, at the deeper truth, every person you meet, it is underneath their face, and there is this light of being. Even if they are unconscious, or even if no matter what they are an expression of the one reality. And therefore everybody is God in some way. Even if they are very asleep and harmful, but they are still God in that form. And therefore everybody is me, everybody is myself, everybody is the divine. So this is understanding that is revealed to us at a higher state of wisdom. And from this understanding comes this way of being, benevolence, lovingness. And the golden rule is treat others as you want to be treated. That's a good teaching on love, and will help us. And whenever there is something else, there is some hatred or some blockage or some judgment, the way to go is to investigate that, to see what that is about, and work on it to let it go. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that one is a doormat or one is taking shit from everybody, because as I said, to honor and benevolence towards all life, including myself. So if somebody is harmful or toxic towards me, the loving thing is to protect myself from them and to tell them to back off. Yeah, that doesn't mean taking abuse. Now, coming back to what you initially asked me, of being on a path and how to love, how to increase the level of valuation or level of love for the inner work, inner awakening work, day to day, to make this as a priority. Yeah?
Yes, thank you.
This grows according to our own being, and by working on ourselves and by verifying. We are applying these fourth way ideas, and the more we work on ourselves, the more we are going to verify these ideas. We verify that as we are asleep, and anything can happen in any moment, and there is no control, and my mind is going all over the place. My emotions are stimulus response. My states are fluctuating all the time. So I'm going to verify that. And actually, this is a more advanced step to verify, to see my powerlessness and see my no direction, no will, no unity. And that is going to be troubling. So the verification of how bad the situation is in sleep, this will increase some urgency or valuation for doing presence work or all the fourth way work around false personality, transformation of suffering, being present to the present, all of that. So verification of our own sleep and how uncomfortable and disturbing it is will motivate us to put more interest in the work. As Buddha would say, when you realize that your house is on fire, it's right now on fire, and the fire is not going to stop, and it's only by chance that the fire has not reached your room this very moment, you are going to be very motivated to try to get out. Another way to increase this love or valuation for inner work is, as we do the work, the inner work, we are actually going to be more conscious, and then it's going to feel better. It's going to feel there's more peace. There's more quiet mind. The quiet mind and being present to the field of flowers or to the clouds or walking in a town and not being lost in daydreaming or commentary or judgment, and just even having like 10 minutes of like enjoying the breeze, not many thoughts, really present. This feels good. Love should be pleasant. God or higher truth should be pleasant at some point. So the more we do the work, it feels good. We are rewarded, and we are propelled by how good that is as compared to the state of being the eyes battling with each other and judgments and gossip and beating ourselves up, false personality. The more we do engage in the work, the more our false personality will diminish, the imaginary I. And the imaginary I and the false personality is unhappy. And this diminishes, and then our essence is more active. Essence. And it's lighter, it's more free. Life is more simple. Even before reaching some self-awareness or strong self-remembering, even before then, we'll diminish false personality and have more essence in charge. And that is much more enjoyable. So we are going to be propelled by both the enjoyment of being, as well as propelled by seeing how painful it is to be asleep. Another way to increase love or valuation for the work is to work with others. Being on your own by yourself, reading books or watching YouTube or meditating by yourself is going to not go very far, although it's very important. It's an essential engine, but it's important to have this called second line, to work in an organized group or a community where you are going to engage with other like-minded people that you become friends with, and we are going to have more reminders, more shocks for the work, and this will go to increase our valuation. Another, you got me going here, Claudia. Another way to increase this love of valuation for the work is through, you know, the ego or the imaginary I is driven. It is driving. It wants to be happy. Basically, the imaginary I wants to reach the shore, wants to be happy, wants to be okay, and it tries to go about it through various recipes that we inherited. You know, get a relationship, get the perfect partner, or get this job, or get success, or get money, or get fame, get stability, get recognition, get a boat, get a nice house. Yeah, so that's what it's trying to do. The imaginary I, the usual sense of me, is constantly seeking to arrive at being okay or arriving at being happy through these external pursuits. And as we are working on ourselves and applying the teachings, we are instructed, first of all, that what we want is not going to be found there. Chasing those things, we are constantly going to be disappointed. I'm going to find a wonderful partner, and it's still going to feel like, oh. I'm going to actually get that boat. I'm going to get that house. I'm going to have that job. I'm going to publish that book. I'm going to be famous. And it feels the sense of lack, sense of unfulfillment. So being disillusioned with those things helps. And then being informed that,
it's like a black hole, yes?
yes, we are putting energy in there, then life passes, our energy is sucked into that, and there's still a hole in your heart. Yeah. In the teachings, not just fourth way, but non-duality or many teachings, they say that it is within. What we seek is within. Jesus would say that the kingdom of heaven is not here and there whenever it will come. It's in your heart, within your consciousness. So many teachings we are informed that it is within, is just covered by all these things and needs to be discovered and awakened. So verifying this, being disillusioned with the recipes for happiness, for life, and having some temporary causeless happiness, more causeless peace due to the inner work, will strengthen our resolve.